Should you choose to coach high school or club soccer? And what's the big difference? It all comes down to preference and what you're wanting to do with your coaching career. I started coaching soccer at the school level, coaching middle school, then gradually went to high school soccer, and then dabbed with club little by little, and I am 2 years in with club soccer. Here are the three big differences that I've learned personally. Number one is the season. Club soccer is a lot longer than high school soccer. Most of the time, club soccer will be up to 9 months, sometimes a bit more or shorter, depending on the state you live in or the club that you represent. High school is usually about 3 or 4 months, give or take. Sometimes you'll do some off-season summer stuff, but more likely just depends on the state that you live in. Number two, the traveling. For club soccer, sometimes you have to drive yourself there and back. And sometimes the club that you represent will pay for your gas, but most of the time you're kind of on your own. For high school soccer, most of the time the school will provide you a bus for their away games. Sometimes they'll provide you a small bus or that you have to drive a van, but most of the time they'll provide transportation. And number three is the level of soccer. Now, this all depends on where you coach, what state you live in, and so many other things. For an example, there's some high school programs that are very competitive. They usually have D1, D2 players signed and everything already. And there's programs out there who are just not there yet, struggling, or the commitment is not there. At the club level, most of the time, it's competitive. Most of these players are committed to wanting to go to college, sometimes higher, and is just a whole different level. So at the end of the day, you have to decide for yourself what level of coaching you want. And at the same time, you need to decide how far you want to go with your coaching. Do you want to eventually coach college? Do you eventually want to coach professionally? Or are you just doing it for the fun of coaching? If you have additional tips for a coach that wants to decide club or high school, let them know in the comments.